guys, hope everybody's having a great day today. Today we're going to be running the lab procedure that goes with the energy changes in physical and chemical systems. So as you can see, I have all of my supplies set out here, and I make sure to have my goggles on because we've got to protect our eyeballs. And here I have my calcium chloride pellets that we will need for part A, and my distilled water, and that'll be going into this small graduated cylinder here. So let's start with folding our spoons, and it says to place 2 small scoops of calcium chloride into our graduated cylinder. Maybe. I have a lid that's being grumpy here. Alright. So because it says small scoops, I'm going to make sure to use the back side instead of the front side. And shake a little out there. And so there's enough for 2. As you can see, that is not very much at all. Actually, let's go ahead and add just a smidge more. So there is enough for 2 small scoops. I'm going to go ahead and place that spoon over there so I don't use it again. Follow good lab procedure, put the lid back on my container. And as you can see, that does say calcium chloride there. Now the next thing it does is it tells me to add my distilled water and to stir with the stirring rod. I forgot to grab my stirring rod, just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. So I have my stirring rod, so I'm going to add enough water to get to the 5 milliliter mark. So there we are to the 5 milliliter mark, and it tells me to stir. So there, I've stirred it all up down to the bottom. I'm supposed to make all observations I can. I don't know if you can see that, but that is very cloudy. The calcium carbonate, calcium chloride has dissolved, or it is dissolving. And when I touch it, it is warm. It is warmer than the water was itself. So if I go ahead and I stir some more, yes, and it's getting warmer. And if I put it here against the dark of my shirt, you can most definitely see that that is cloudy and that solid has dissolved. Now I'm continuing to look at it, and it doesn't really appear that there are any bubbles forming or anything. Just a little frothy on top from stirring it. And we'll take a look at that one more time before we end after we do part B. So that is part A for physical changes. And then, so we'll set that over to the side. And then for part B, it says that we are going to be addressing chemical changes. And for that, we'll need some sodium bicarbonate, which is the scientific name for baking soda. And we're also going to use a little bit of white vinegar. I'm also going to put this stirring rod over here so we don't reuse it. So let's go ahead and start that one. And again, it says to place 2 small scoops of baking soda in a clean cylinder. So I have that cylinder there. So there is 1. And 2. Go ahead, put my scoop over there, put my lid back on. Put that over the side. And now it also says to add enough vinegar to fill it up to the 5 milliliter mark. And it says to do it dropwise, so let's do a little bit at a time. So you can't hear that, and I don't know if you can see it, but every time a drop of vinegar hits the baking soda, I can hear it fizzing, and I can see some bubbles form. So let's go ahead and add a little more. And I'm going to keep adding. And hopefully you can all see that bubbling down there and fizzing. So it is most definitely producing a gas. And when I feel it, it has gotten very cold compared to the temperature that the vinegar was at originally. So stir it around a little bit. Now I can see that the baking soda is dissolving as well. So let's set that to the side for a moment and take a look at our first one. And if we look here, and I'll put it in front of my shirt again, sorry, so you can see, we can see that the liquid has become almost clear. So all of that solid has dissolved, and it's still warmer than the room temperature water. And then here, one more time for the sodium bicarbonate and vinegar. It is dissolving. It is not producing any more bubbles. So now that you have all of that qualitative data for those two experiments, I'd like for you to go ahead and answer the analysis and conclusion questions at the end of the lab. Please make sure when it says that you need to justify your answer that you are using your observations and the knowledge that you have of chemistry to justify why you are saying what you are saying. So you have to make a claim and then use details to support it. I hope to see you guys back in the classroom soon, and I hope everybody's doing well. See you later.